Yo, Doctor here. Scusi asked me to make a little explanation on what I do what I look for as a healer druid. So I'm gonna explain a little bit what I look for in gear and what I do when I heal him, for example. I'm gonna more explain life bloom, not forms, because forms is pretty piss easy in my opinion. So perks is always these three: natural healing, life bloom, dream walk. Of course, both spell memories, and with these spells, pretty much I don't use Bark Skin because I can't use it on him, so I prioritize these. You could make an argument to just put it in here for whatever's sake, but I don't really get much more knowledge other than these two for barrier. So the third perk that I usually have is Thorn Coat. However, in trios, Sun and Moon might be better, especially if you have casters or like a cleric. I prefer Thorn Coat. I am testing a little bit with Spirit Bond because it got buffed and it was bugged previously where your teammates took more damage and you didn't actually take any damage for them. However, now it's 20% of the damage received, so it might be worth looking into it. I'm gonna test that still. No conclusions yet. But let's look at the gear first. Or well, rather next. Here is my usual gear setup. I only play duos right now. I play a little bit of trios, and in my opinion, duos is a little bit different. I am mainly building, of course, maximum magic healing. Usually 12. More is negligible if you don't get to 25 to 30, which you don't do without like really good unique pieces, right? But these sets are quite expensive, I must say. I usually go for rugged boots, demon clads, demon grips. Oh, these have 2 magic healing. Make sure it has 3 magic healing instead, but it doesn't really make that much of a difference because we have a flanged mace. Flanged mace are quite cheap. You could use Morning Star like I use in this build. It doesn't have to be unique. It just needs to have 2 magic healing, and then you're fine. Cyclops Vision Crystal is this, not Manosphere. It gives you the dex and knowledge, and that is quite important to have a little bit of knowledge. If I put this on, for example, this kit has 7% action speed, which will increase your casting speed on the crystal ball. Other than that, usually Oracle Robe for more knowledge, or what I really like to run at the moment is the Light Akaton here. Gives you more magic resistance, more max health, and I honestly enjoy playing super high PDR, super high HP, just so if I get jumped, I can yell at my barb, Scusi, he will turn around, 2-tap that rogue, and then we kill the other guy, right? Another trick, Wind Locket, really cheap. You can get some really biz ones. This was probably 1.2k gold when I bought it. Radiant Cloaks, this one is quite good. I wouldn't recommend something as good as this. Something like this works. You don't even need the true magic damage. It was just on it. For example, this one has just 2 dex to will and 1% move speed bonus. And one recommendation from me personally is Unique Coif with PDR. Each of these was 800 gold, and some of them have like up to 7-8% PDR, which is absolutely incredible. When I look at here, one of my sets had 56% PDR, and a rogue was stabbing me for like 7-8 seconds. He stabbed me 10 times, took 50 damage from Thorn Coat, and the fight was over, right? For rings and pendant, Wind Locket or a Necklace of Peace is always best. I like going a little bit of True Fizz just so I can help out with DPS if necessary, or for clear speed. Usually I ask Susie for help because in my normal kits I don't build that much action speed. However, for clearing I recommend grabbing a spear. It's just a little bit more comfortable for me. Rings, you can make the argument for Grim Smiles. Strength, Vigor gives you HP. However, you can go for quickness rings. Ring of Finesse is cheap. just get 2 knowledge, 2 magic healing, and you're pretty much good. Or you got radiant, or what's it called, wisdom rings. They're really good too. And the stats you want to aim for in duos, in my opinion, for trios it would be a little bit differently. But for duos, here I always aim for 135 to 160 HP with like 40 to 50% PDR and 60 to 70% cast speed. And I'm trying a little bit more the Poo Eater route. He's another support Druid player, much better than me in my opinion. He goes more into detail into the depths of the Healer Druid, and he has recommended me to build my action speed. He goes around 10%, helps you with the casting animation from the Crystal Ball. Very good to know. However, most of the time it's not necessary, in my opinion. But it, of course, min-maxing, there is a point there. And how it functions, very easy, very simple to understand. With all of magic healing, our natural healing, when I have my weapons out, it's 20 magic healing. This heals for 4 HP each tick, every 3 seconds, right? 4 HP is insane. Imagine a potion at Troll's Blood, it's like 6-7 HP you have per second. And now for the bread and butter, pop this, and this on the tank, and then, well, Nature's Touch, you pop on the tank, Tree of Life for 3 all attributes, and Restore, of course. These 2 are your HOTS, heal over times. This is like a Sanctuary, Mending Grove. It's good for resetting and good for like when both of the frontliners stand still, you pop this on the ground. After you Dreamfire is another thing that is absolutely disgusting. When you hit with our stats here, with the 12 magic healing and 10% magic power bonus, it quickly restores 30 health. Yes, it's 1.0 scaling. And if you hit 2 people, it's 60 HP. And you can see how this goes a little bit crazy. But there's a little bit of damage too, but that's not really the point we're making. We want the healing, and you've seen in the last clip of Scusi's video where he drops to like 50% HP, instantly got max HP again, and on a Barbarian that's like from 90 HP to 190. Yeah, it's sometimes really broken, sometimes it's just a little bit, like 30 HP, but it definitely helps. But in a fight, when I buff him, you can probably hear it out when he says buff me, I pop these guys on him, and then I tell him to go in, and most of the time I look for Entangling Vines, Tree, or Thorn Barrier, just to slow someone down, and then we go crazy, kill someone. If he gets low, Dreamfire, and if the guy runs away, we have a budget Dark Orb. But yeah, that was pretty much it. I don't really dabble in shapeshifting. I think that's just something everyone does, and it's not that fun for me. I've done that last wipe. Yeah, it was... you guys all know how fun it is to get jumped through 2 rooms by a panther and then 1 shot by a bear. I mean, don't really have to say anything about it, but I hope this cleared a little bit up. My rambling is going on for 8 minutes now. That's kind of crazy.